What's up, guys? It's Yumo here with another episode of the Yumo Show. We got episode 5, and today I have a very special guest, the big Vohade, with over 4.5k earned and an NA West controller god. Thank you, Vohade, for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. How you doing?
Good, I'm doing fantastic. It's a nice Super Bowl Sunday.
Let's go.
Who do you got first off in the Super Bowl?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch football. I don't even know what teams are in the Super Bowl, man. Not gonna lie. I think like Buccaneers or something, right?
Yeah. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers
yeah.
and the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah.
Yeah.
So first question, kind of more not really a question, but tell your kind of story in the Fortnite scene. Tell how you got up to where you are now, basically.
So, I was a freshman in college when this started. When Fortnite came out, it was 2017, I believe. Yeah, the end of 2017. And that's what everybody was talking about, right? Like, you heard it on the news, you heard it everywhere. And I was like, why? Like, I was never a gamer either. Like, I hated playing video games. I thought they were the biggest waste of time. I was full-on athlete mode. Like, I would just work out nonstop. Like, my dream before all this was to go pro in soccer. Like, if you saw me back then, you would see, like, all I did was soccer, workout. Like, I was just not a person that played video games. And I took this class in college. It was like a basketball class just for fun, playing basketball with some people, and everyone in there would talk about Fortnite. And I had some close friends, and they're like, "Hey, yo, Vohade, you should play this new game called Fortnite." And I was like, "Bro, it just sounds stupid. It looks stupid. Like, I saw a gameplay, and I was like, it just looks so stupid. I just don't want to play this game, right?" But eventually, they peer pressured me into, not really peer pressured, but just kept, bringing it up every day. And eventually, I was like, you know what? I'll give this game a go. So I hopped on. I didn't even have a console for myself. My brother had one. So I hopped on my brother's console. I added my friends, and I started playing. And I sucked so bad. That made me hate the game even more. I was that dog shit at the game. I was like, bro, like, I just can't do anything. I don't know how to build. I don't know how to aim. I don't know any of the settings. Like I said, I was never a gamer, right? And then I don't know what changed exactly. It was just one day. I think it was Twitch streaming. I started watching Ninja. Ninja was blowing up at that time. You remember? He'd be averaging like 200k views on Twitch. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this game a go just because it looks fun. Because you've never seen a battle royale with building in it, right? So I was like, you know what? Let's run it. So I played on a 30 FPS laptop for about half a year. And I started working at Job 2 to save up to get my own console. And that's when I started playing the game every day, like nonstop. And then one day I was scrolling Instagram on my personal Insta, and I saw this team called Craze Clan, and I was like, looks like a cool team to join. And they had like 10,000 followers, and I was like, damn, they're clouded, right? Like, I want to join this team. And I DM'd the owner, and he's like, yeah, I'll give you a tryout. And I tried out, and I was really good by the time I had my console because I'd play every day and I'd practice a lot. And I legit spit on him, legit 10. I think it was like a 10. Okay, not like in a disrespectful way, I destroyed him in PGs, right? And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, okay, you can join, but make a new Insta. So that's where, if you go on Instagram, my Fortnite Vohade Insta came from. And from there, I just started daily uploading nonstop and just, making connections through Instagram. And then from there, I joined a team called Livid. I don't think it exists anymore. Have you ever heard of it?
I have heard of it. Actually, I think there is a team Livid now, but I don't think it's the same.
It's not the same owner. Yeah,
it's the same. It's like the same brand, just different ownership and management. But yes, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I joined that team, and that's where I met people like Former, who recently did a podcast with, and I was like, through that, me and Former became really, really good friends. We ran Squad FNCS together, and I was terrible at comp in 2019. This is towards the end of 2019, and in December of 2019, I got asked to join Assault because I was growing on Instagram, pretty good. I was getting more views and all that, and my clips were doing really good. So me and Former were given the spot to join Assault. And as soon as I joined Assault, I popped off in competitive. That's where there was 2 cash cups back to back, and I played on console just to steal money. You know how the platform? Yeah. So I played on console, and I made money back to back. So we made 400, and then Winter Royale came, and everyone was hyped about Winter Royale. I don't know if you played. Did you play Winter Royale?
Yeah, I did, and I was on PS4 too, but I didn't do as well as I hoped.
Yeah, no worries. But we're on console, right? And we're PC players, but we went back to console because it's platform, and we just popped off. First day, the format was terrible, so we didn't do good, but we made money. I believe 300, like 50th place.
Yeah.
And then day 2 and day 3. Day 2, 16th place. Day 3, 6th place, bro. Like, we popped off. Dude, that was like 4,000. I know, right? That's insane.
That is sick.
And from there, the next big thing was DreamHack Anaheim. I know you've heard of DreamHack
Mm-hmm.
Anaheim, right? The land that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone, like my whole friend group at the time, were running nonstop scrims of yeah, you know who Rich Homie Quinn is?
Yes, I do. For extra?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, extra. He's on extra. We were running scrims nonstop every day. My schedule was legit: go to school, come home around like 3 p.m. and scrim all the way from like 3 4 p.m. all the way till 12 a.m. I just didn't do. I The thing with
Grind.
my homework, yeah, exactly. And I really didn't do my homework. Like I'll do it like right before class because I had some time, you know. But I
Mm-hmm.
was like grinding, and the grind did pay off because when DreamHack came, I made it to finals, which was unbelievable because most of the people playing there are like top tier pros, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just didn't expect. I believe I got 13th in semis, and then that's when I got interviewed by Ball TW and
Yep.
Shy Wager. It was
Yes, I
super
do.
super dope, man.
Yeah,
But since then, I've just been grinding comp. Now I'm leaning more towards content creation. I've been streaming every day on Twitch,
yeah. Yeah, dude.
and like if I'm being honest, streaming and content creating is the way. Comp, like if you look at these prize pools, they're terrible, man. Like
Yeah.
a cash cup happened yesterday, $400 for first place, man.
That
400.
is, yeah.
Like,
That's a little sus. Come on,
uh-huh.
Epic.
I know, yeah, but I'm definitely leaning more towards content creation. I'm gonna start streaming and trying to make like more connections through there because in the competitive scene, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful to comp players, but they got egos,
Yeah,
just for like
dude.
having like
Yes.
$400. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how my Fortnite's like career has been going so far.
That is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
That is like that's like something I envy. That's something I wish happened to me. You got the whole interview with DreamHack. That was like a whole like you're like wow. I'm getting interviewed by these like World Cup casters, and
I know,
like this,
right?
you made money in Winter Royale and the Cash Cup and stuff like that. That's actually crazy. So
I know.
did your parents know of this when you started to like grind? Did you like really tell your parents, or were they just totally they didn't know?
No, no. So
Because
my parents, they're from wait, what's up? You're saying?
oh no, I'm not saying anything. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So my parents are from Pakistan, if you know where that's at, and
Mm-hmm.
there's it's like a second world country. So video games to them are a complete waste of time. When I started grinding my Fortnite like Instagram page and stuff like that, they didn't really know too much of it. They found out about like all this money I was making in Winter Royale when I
Winter
made all
Royale.
that money there. They were like, "Oh, okay, interesting. You made this amount of money. Maybe you could do more." And then
Mm-hmm.
DreamHack Anaheim, I also made money. And I showed them all of this, and they're like, "Wow, you're actually doing really good." But
Yeah.
competitive is really, it's unreliable. Like
Yeah.
you got to be really, really good. Like I believe it's only reliable for like top tier pros such as like
Mm-hmm.
Arkram and Epic Will.
Yeah.
And like till this day, they still don't support it. They don't like me, playing Fortnite. But it's not that they support it, but they rather me not be playing Fortnite all day. But
Yeah.
they're still like all for it. Like yeah, do your work on your dreams, work on your goals.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. It's always helpful when your parents are like
Hmm.
supportive of what you're trying to do, what you're working towards. You know what I mean? It makes it even that much
Yeah,
more motivating.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
So you're in college now, correct? Are you still in
Yes,
college?
sir.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
have to balance those classes. So how does that work? Like so you said that you would come home, you'd go to class, you'd come home at 3 and you scrim. Is that kind of still the same way you do it now?
Well, now I have, like I
COVID,
said, I'm not.
online classes
Yeah,
too, yeah.
COVID. It's all online too. But like I said, I'm leaning more towards content creation, so I don't really scrim anymore. Like my
Mhm.
schedule right now is I wake up around like 7 to 8 a.m. Right, and then I
Mhm.
stream for 4 to 5 hours, and then around like 12:30 to 1 is when I have to go attend my online classes. And I'm taking only 3 this semester. I'm not taking as much as I would just because it's online and
Yeah.
excuse me.
Anyway.
And with online, it's like I'm so like I procrastinate. I mean, who doesn't, right? Like
Yeah.
you're on your computer, man. You're gonna open up Twitch, you're gonna open up YouTube,
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that, right? So I'm not taking as many classes as I usually would, but I do those classes. They're not that bad, they're kind of hard. And then after that, I kind of just like either get my homework done or I'll get back on Fortnite and play a little or work on like some content editing. So that's
Yeah.
usually how my day goes.
Yeah. So you've been streaming a lot recently, like daily streams pretty much,
Mm,
right?
Yep.
Your growth has been crazy, dude. I started watching you when you had 200 followers. And that was like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and you
Last
got
month. Yeah.
1.1K now. And your average viewership is just steady. You and Former Man with the the
The
streams
daily
that
stream.
yeah, and you guys start streaming at like 11 a.m. too, for me at least.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
for East Coast.
it's perfect timing because that's when I get off my lunch. That's when I get on lunch.
Hmm.
So I just sit there, eat lunch, watch you guys do some homework. But
Let's go.
for streaming, do you ever find it hard? Do you ever find it like draining when you're streaming like daily to like keep going live, or is it really like something that you really like doing?
So this is actually funny because when I first I used to stream a long, long time ago, like 2 years ago, but I was not consistent. I didn't have a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd stream just like every now and then, and I hated it. But that's because I didn't really have people in my chat either to talk to. Like I was streaming to like two viewers,
Yeah, yeah.
and my quality, I wasn't affiliated at the time. So if you're not affiliated, you know how your quality is bad. So no one really wants to watch you either. So I didn't really have much exposure at the time. But last 2 months ago, I started playing with Ranger. Of course, you know who
Mm-hmm.
Ranger is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to control, or he's not
Yeah,
control. He's
yeah,
messing keyboard. He has like I think almost 200k arena points.
yeah, yeah.
But I started playing with him, and through him, I got basically like a bunch of people in his chat started like liking me a lot because I'd always play with him, but I never streamed at the time. And then he told me around like the beginning of January, he's like, "Yo, Vohade, like why aren't you streaming? It's like if you're playing the game, might as well stream. It's a wasted opportunity." And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? He's right. So my Twitch account already had, like you said, 200 followers, and I started streaming every day. And Ranger gassed me a little. Like he hosted me 2 times in 1 week, and that helped like incredibly. Like for like that whole week, I think I averaged like 70 viewers, which is insane. People dream of averaging like 30. Like they work hard like years to
Yeah,
average
yeah.
like barely 30 viewers, right?
Uh-huh.
But I just got Ranger. Ranger, like I love Ranger, bro. He helped me so much. Like without him, I think I'd still be averaging like 30 viewers just because my arena points are really high too. Because I've been
Mm-hmm.
grinding
Yeah.
arena nonstop this season.
Yeah.
But I've definitely grown a lot thanks to Former and Ranger. And about do I feel like a hassle to go live every day? I don't think so. Just because honestly, it makes my day like talking to everyone in
That
chat.
is
Like
true. That is true.
like the only hassle I guess you could say is waking up early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because I want to sleep more.
So you wake up you go live around like 8 a.m. kind of your time,
Mhm.
right? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my next question is, as a competitive player, well, actually, I'm not gonna say competitive player, as a consecrator
Mhm.
and the cash cups and stuff like that. What do you think about the FNCS prize pool this year? It's like I think is it 5 million or no wait is it 20?
I don't know what it is
I
for
think-
NAWS,
I don't
but
remember. It's 20. No, for like the general broad. I forget exactly, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like 20 million or something like that. What do you think
Mhm.
about that? But it's only in grants because they're kind of like allocating
yeah, exactly.
the money more towards the finals and grand finals, and they're totally taking away like the cash cup, like you said, $400 for first place. Like that's gotta be like demotivating for like maybe tier
A lot
two,
of
tier
comp
three pros who
Mhm.
are fighting, screaming every day just to get some scraps at the table. So what do you think
Mhm.
about that situation, the prize pool that Epic is presenting?
So Epic is, an insanely huge company,
Mhm.
especially with, their growth over these past couple of years with Fortnite, just because it's taken over, like every country almost has like its own server. I know there's like some countries that don't, but
Yeah.
they're like a really, really like profitable company, and I wish they would put more money into competitive. I don't think what they're doing is good for comp right now, just because like you said, it's only grand finals, and getting grand finals is really hard. Like before, they used to have it if you just made heats, you'd make money. You know
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
that was amazing for tier 2 and tier 3 players because they weren't the best, but they could still like get like $200-300 per season. Trying to
Mhm.
like show their parents that they have potential in this game, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
now with it only being grand finals, I absolutely I just don't like. That's why I'm leaning more towards content creation because I
Mhm.
could stream for a month, right? And I'd make more money streaming than placing like top 5 in a cash cup, or not cash cup, but
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
FNCS finals, because it's gonna be like what 2,000 maybe. Like I wish I would put more money into competitive, especially on these like smaller. I mean, I get it. NOS doesn't have a big, like look at EU. EU is like one of the biggest. I think
Mhm.
it is the biggest region actually. They have an insane price pool, but then again, there's no money in heat, so it is really demotivating for tier 2 and tier 3 players to not being able to make money in heats. But that's why, like personally, I'm leaning more towards content creation too.
Mhm. So you and Former are some of the most cracked controller players I've ever seen. Like you guys are really, really good on the sticks. Do you ever
Mhm.
think that your like reputation is not like tarnished in a way, but like lowered because you're NA West because you might not be competing against the
Oh
best
yeah,
of the best? Do you think that that lowers your reputation from like an org
yeah,
perspective? Yeah.
100%. I mean, if you look at like these top tier teams, they usually pick up like they pick up a lot of EU players, EU being the biggest region, and controller. Controller is hated upon for some reason just because, aim assist, especially
Yeah,
in the community. Like, I upload videos on like TikTok, and I uploaded one where I talked about my like competitive experience, and just a bunch of hate. Like, obviously I had supportive comments too, but there
yeah,
was a bunch of hate comments just making fun of me being NA West, saying NA West is easy, NA West, because it's such a technically not a small region, but small region compared to the others. So
yeah,
yeah, being NOS definitely hurts me from joining. Or I think a great server that I wish I was on was East, just because
East.
East is more respected.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on East, and
Yeah.
some of there's some people out there that are a little bit questionable, but yeah, it's other than that, it's a pretty good region. NA West is good too. I like some of the players over there. I'm a big fan of 100 Thieves, so inherently Arkham, Rex, and like those guys come to mind
Hmm.
instantly when I think of them. So I have a few questions from people on Instagram. Hold up, let me pull up my
Go for it.
Instagram.
Go for it.
Let's see. I gotta go to my archive. Here, while I pull this up. So, have you ever considered switching to keyboard and mouses, or has controller been your go-to the entire time?
Controllers all. I've never played any mouse and keyboard games. Like even like Minecraft, like I played for fun. I played it with the controller on like my Xbox. I just don't know how to play mouse and keyboard at all. Like I've tried like building in Fortnite. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clueless.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna be controller forever. Like there's no way I could go to a mouse and keyboard game.
yeah, yeah. So, I'm gonna pick a few questions. I don't want to pick too many here. Okay.
Hmm.
So one of them is, do you play claw? So, like, what type of style do you controller? Like, for instance, what controller do you have?
I use a Xbox Elite 2 series.
Okay. So, do you
They're
play
terrible controllers though.
do you play claw or do you like use paddles?
I use paddles, but I also play right hand claw, so
All
I
right.
use both.
All right. Cool. Cool. And then this one says, "What do you what do you Okay, this is very poorly worded. I think they're trying to say what fuels you to be motivated enough to play the hours that you do in Fortnite, other than any passion. So, like, what's the motivation behind playing Fortnite other than maybe pursuing something else?
That's a really good question. I would say like it's my way of dealing with things. Like if I have any like in life, sadness and stuff like that, it's inevitable. Everyone's gonna go through stuff like that, and most people, they rage, they yell back, or they take it out on other things. For
Mm-hmm.
me, I just put all my time and all my like effort into doing this, and I spend like I would say maybe like 10 hours a day, playing. I don't play Fortnite for 10 hours. I would say I play for like 6 to 7 hours, like doing the editing and all that, and chilling with
Yeah.
friends on Discord and all that. So I just put all like I take all that pain and whatever like all that bad energy that I have inside me, and I just turn it all into this, and I try to make something good out of it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everyone has different ways of dealing with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I
For
would
sure.
say
For sure.
that's what fuels me.
Yeah. For sure. That's sick, dude. I would say that is one of the things that goes, I think, a lot of times unseen is the fact that these small content creators, maybe with like, I don't know, 10K subscribers, they might not have enough money to pay for an editor to edit for them.
Hmm.
So like they're filming, they're recording, and then they're editing all the stuff at the same time. Like I make my own thumbnails, I edit my own videos, I
Hmm.
Instagram post and everything. So there's a lot of stress on me to do all that plus play the game and do school and all the other things I'm doing. So yeah,
Hmm.
like you said, Fortnite gaming is kind of like an outlet almost in a sense for me.
Hmm.
And then to wrap up, I would say just a few questions like, what do you like to do outside of Fortnite? So like you go to college obviously, so you have
Hmm.
classes and you play Fortnite. Do you do anything else? Because you mentioned that you want to play soccer. So like anything
Yeah.
else?
So obviously with Corona, I haven't really been doing much, but
Yeah,
like some of my favorite hobbies were I actually played the ukulele too for 2 years. I
that's
wanted
actually
to learn
dope.
that. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
so dope.
sick, dude.
So I kind of picked up the ukulele, I would say about like 4 years ago. And this is when, so the reason, another like story I didn't tell you is why I stopped with soccer was I had a tendonitis in my knees.
Mm,
So it hurt me it like really, really hurt to run or even walk. So
mm,
that's why, I was like, I need to find a hobby where I don't need to like move. So I picked up ukulele. So I really enjoy playing the ukulele a lot from time to time. I love hanging out with my friends, man. Like talking to people and just like, having a good time always, makes you forget about all the bad things in life. And 100%. I would still love to get back into playing soccer. I just gotta wait for my knees, bro. Like, hopefully
Yeah,
they heal
dude.
soon, man.
Yeah, I had the
But yeah,
same issue. I had the same. I had a like a rare like a bone disease called it's called OCD. That's the abbreviation. Anyways,
OCD.
basically the 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 cartilage on your knee grew apart from the bone, so it like grew like that, and it like basically grew like apart, and so therefore there was blood getting in there, and so it was causing a lot of pain when I was running, and so I was in a wheelchair for 9 months
Oh
at
wow.
school. This is before.
Nice.
This is before Corona. So I got out last October. So that was like a few
Mhm.
months before Corona. But
Mhm.
that was something that really made me want to get into gaming and really made me focus on gaming because I that year World Cup happened, 2019.
Mm.
So I'm in my basement on my PS4 watching the live stream in the game, and I'm sitting there with my like brace on with my crutches right next to me, and I'm just sitting there like I want to be this 16-year-old winning $3 million
I
on that platform.
know.
It's so crazy to me, and it was just so like inspiring, and I guess kind of like pushed me to like do some content and stuff like that. But dude, that's like what's fueled me, I guess, in a sense. But
It's amazing, bro.
the thing that I kind of want to touch on too is you and Extra dude have really similar stories. Like the way that you came up, you guys were together with Livid, and you guys got. And one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting talking about why you quit soccer is that I on Extra's podcast on Former's
Farmers,
podcast,
yeah.
he talks about he played tennis, but then he had an injury,
Yeah.
and then that caused him to come home and he started playing FIFA and then games and Fortnite. So
Uh-huh.
like that connection, I think is really funny, and you guys of course are really good friends now.
Mhm.
To wrap up, I guess I would say just do you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say? Oh, actually, wait, real quick. If you had to pick any esport to be part of, play competitively. So at the top
Like
tier,
any game?
any game that like has an esport scene, so like CS:GO, Valorant, I don't know, Call of Duty, for instance. What game would you want to pick and why?
I'm sticking with Fortnite, bro. I'm not
Stay
gonna lie,
Fortnite.
man. Yeah, I'm sticking with Fortnite. I suck at any other game. Like, if you see me play Call of Duty, Valorant, I just don't know what. Like, Valorant's only a mouse and keyboard game too,
Yeah,
and
that's
like I
true.
saget, I'm terrible with mouse and keyboard. But I would definitely stick to Fortnite. I
Definitely
just
six
love.
Fortnite.
The only thing I wish was better about Fortnite is the community. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good, but like the competitive side of the community is just
So
like I
toxic.
said,
So
it's really really
toxic.
toxic. But it's gaming. What do you expect?
Exactly. It's
People are
just
gonna talk trash.
13-year-olds behind their phone talking trash. Exactly. Something that they would never
100%.
say in real life.
Yeah.
All right,
100%,
man.
bro.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It was
Thank
a
you for having me,
pleasure
bro.
having
Thank
you,
you for having
bro.
me. Let's
Thank
go.
you, everyone, for listening. This was the big Vohade from the NA West region.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Peace.